All right, guys, we're halfway through the first semifinal here at Face of Finals Day 3. We get to talk to now NIP's newly appointed coach, Natu. Well, let's first talk about the Australian team, because you got to play 4 maps against them, one of which was really close. So what do you make of that team now?
Quite typical for teams from outside of Europe, with a lot of individual skill, unconventional plays, and I think what they lack the most is just the experience and sort of understanding how most of the world, as in, well, Europe, in Counter-Strike plays. And I think it was probably a really good experience for them. And, you know, if they get to play more against teams that are better than them, I think, you know, we could see some nice things from them. But, yeah, just a lot of individual skill.
So was that why it was close and dust to the first time around? Because it went to 14-14 before your guys closed it out. So why do you think that happened? Did you just underestimate them, or did you just not expect what they're going to do?
From my point of view, we saw a lot of sloppy play on the retakes on CT dust too. And even in situations where the advantage was in our favor, it seemed like it's always going to be two sides to it. But from my point of view, it was a lot of just sloppy play from the retakes and losing crucial rounds, which put us in a tough position when it comes to money. And yeah, so that was it.
I know you haven't been with the team last time when at CCS finals in Bucharest, but ever since then, your team seems to have really big troubles against fnatic, because they lost 2 straight maps, really one-sided. And basically the same thing happened here as well. So what do you think is the problem? Why do you think fnatic is such a problem for you guys?
I think it's a lot, actually. It's psychological for the most part. It's a bit of, I think it's a situation with the team where there are some things that they've been doing for such a long time that they've sort of become blind to other ways of approaching it, just in terms of the philosophies of the game and the ways you can play things. And they're so, like, they have certain comfort zones that they have, but they need to find sort of new comfort zones, if that makes sense, and just a bit different plays and stuff like that. And I think it's a bit of a it's a combination of a lot of things, but I think for the most part it's something something more psychological than anything.
Do you think that's one of the things that you will be able to help the guys with? What are your roles within the team now?
You could say so. My approach to the whole coaching thing is very human. It is. I'm going to work a lot with all the individuals and learning them. Obviously, I haven't been with them for that long, so it's going to be a lot about learning every individual's preferences and just about them as persons more, and that's always going to translate a lot into how they play and stuff like that. And just when things don't go right, my part is to lay down the smackdown and then just be honest with them and tell them, all right, that just didn't go the way it's supposed to at all. And obviously I'm there to talk to them about how their opponents are going to play and what their tendencies are and things like that. Just sort of like try to build an environment where all of them feel comfortable playing and understanding their part of the job and understanding how their opponents are playing.
So how much time did you spend in front of this event to help? Did you spend any time analyzing, or is that for the future?
I think the biggest job right now is to work with the team, and that's where the biggest issues really have been, where I think it's more about NIP than the opponents, to be honest with you. That's something for the future, or when certain things are fixed and go better in a way. But obviously, of course, I'm going to do some of that already, but it's mostly about the NIP.
So you have a Virtus Pro semi-final up ahead. What are you expecting from that matchup right now?
From the feel that I get from the guys, they seem to like the matchup. They seem to, I don't know, feel comfortable playing in VP. So from what I can tell, it's a good matchup for them.
NIP's kind of been known sort of for their well, let's say questionable veto picks sometimes. Well, for example, the Mirage picks us throughout the last few weeks. Sometimes they played it pretty well, and sometimes they just crashed and fell. Is that something you can help out as well with, like with the map pool that the team's going to play?
Well, it's the bigger picture is we need to have a wider map pool that we're good at, to be honest with you. I mean, we need to be better on a lot more maps than we are. And obviously the veto system, it needs to be put in a situation where we can always veto out whatever we feel like the opponent is best at, and not to try and veto things that we're weak at. And yeah, definitely going to touch on the whole veto process. I've been talking about it, obviously, and it's something a lot of people have been talking to me about it, as this was announced, that there's something you should probably work on with the team, and it's definitely been a talking point, and it's going to be something we're going to be working on.
It almost sounds like Lurpus made some of those points. Well, anyway, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for the interview. Do you have anything left to add? Any shoutouts?
Not really. Just thank you.
All right, thanks. We still have the second semifinal up ahead, so we're going to toss to some teams afterwards.